Hello children, good morning to all. Welcome back to Science Online class. Students, what did we learn in the previous class? Yes, we learnt about the adaptations in plants, especially in the forest. Okay, let me ask some questions from the previous class. What are adaptations? Adaptations are special features in the structure or behavior of a plant or an animal that help it survive in its habitat. Based on their habitats, plants can be classified as terrestrial plants and aquatic plants. What are terrestrial plants? Plants that grow on land are called terrestrial plants. For examples, apple tree and neem tree. What are aquatic plants? Plants that grow in water are known as aquatic plants. For examples, water lily and lotus. What are the different types of terrestrial habitats? The different types of terrestrial habitats are forest, deserts, grasslands, mountains, and marshy regions. Children, already we have discussed about the forest, isn't it? Yes. Now in this class we are going to discuss about deserts and hilly regions. Okay. First, let's discuss about the adaptation of plants in deserts. The desert is such a dry area. There is less rain in deserts and there are no rivers in the desert. But see, there are plants, cactus, palm, acacia and prickly pear are the most common plants found in deserts. What are the plants growing in desert? Yes, cactus, palm, acacia and prickly pear are the most common plants found in desert. Students, have you wondered how these plants are able to live in the desert without water? Yes, desert plants have special adaptations that help them survive in the dry environment. As we all know, what are adaptations? Adaptations are special features in the structure or behavior of a plant or an animal that help it survive in its habitat. So, desert plants have special adaptations that help them survive in the dry environment. Plants that grow in deserts are called xerophytes. In Greek, xero means dry and python means plants. Students, what are the plants growing in desert? Yes, cactus, palm, acacia and prickly pear are the plants growing in deserts. These plants adapted themselves to their dry conditions. Now, let's discuss this adaptation by considering by the example of cactus plant. Cactus plants has thick green stem. That is, the stem of cactus is thick, green and leaf-like. Why does this cactus plant have thick stem? Yes, before I answer this question, let me ask you a question. If we keep water in these two containers in sunlight, from which container will water evaporate faster? Yes, water will evaporate faster from the bowl because the bowl has more surface area. Therefore, more sunlight can directly fall on the water. So, more water will evaporate. As we know, cactus plant has thick stem. This thick stem can store a lot of water when water is available. Next, the cactus plants have thorns instead of leaves. That is, cactus don't have leaves. Okay. These thorns help to prevent loss of water due to evaporation. So, what is evaporation? Yes, evaporation is the process in which liquid state is converted into gas. These thorns also keep the animals away from eating the plant. Okay, students, as we all know, cactus plants don't have leaves. How do they prepare their food? Yes, cactus plants have no leaves. The stems prepare the food for the plant by the process of photosynthesis. Okay, what is photosynthesis? Green plants prepare their own food by a process is called photosynthesis. The last one is, just like the stem, the roots of the cactus are also adapted to the deserts. The roots are spread out wide. This helps the plants to absorb more and more water from the ground. The cactus plants has very long roots to collect water from a large area. Okay? Yes. With the help of all these adaptations, a cactus survives in deserts. In the same way, other desert plants are also adapted to the environment. Okay? Children, now let's discuss about the adaptation of plants in hilly regions. Hilly regions are rocky and dry. Sometimes water in the region is found as flowing streams. Plants that grow on hills are conical and evergreen. Many climbers are found covering the huge trees. In hills, the temperature varies from cold to extremely cold. During winter, there is snowfall in some areas. Thus, the plants have adapted themselves to survive in cold conditions. For examples, pine, deodar, and eucalyptus. So, what are the plants growing in these hilly regions? Pine, deodar, and eucalyptus are the plants growing in hilly regions. These trees have special adaptations that help them survive in the hilly regions. Now, let us discuss about the adaptation of plants in these hilly regions. The first adaptation is the shape of these trees. The trees are in conical shape. Children, have you noticed the houses in the hills have sloping roof? Do you know why is it so? Yes, it is because the hilly regions receive heavy rainfall and in order to prevent the standing of water on the roofs. So, the houses in the hills have sloping roofs. Thus, the conical shape of trees helps the snow to slip off easily from the branches of the trees. This shape of the mountain trees makes the rainwater and snow slide off easily without damaging the leaves and the branches. The next adaptation is in the leaves of the trees. Leaves are green in color and also they are needle shaped. Trees in mountain have needle-like leaves which are very tough that helps them survive in cold and snow. Look at the leaves. They are so fresh even in the very cold climate. The small needle-like leaves prevent the loss of water in windy condition. It helps the mountain trees to survive in winter. when the water gets frozen and is not available to the roots. These needle-like leaves have a thick waxy layer to reduce the loss of water through transpiration. So, what is transpiration? The transpiration is the process where plants absorb water through the roots and then give off water vapor through pores in their leaves. So, the needle-like leaves have a thick waxy layer. It helps to reduce the loss of water through transpiration. Okay students, now let's recall once again. Desert plants have some special adaptations that help them to survive in the dry conditions of the desert. Plants such as cactus, palm, acacia and prickly pear are the most common plants found in the desert. The desert plants are adapted to the desert by having a thick and green stem to store water. Thorns helps to prevent loss of water due to evaporation and also keep the animals away from eating the plant. These plants have no leaves. The stems prepare the food for the plant. The last one is these plants have long roots that go deep into the soil in search of water. Next, hilly regions. Plants that grow on hills are conical and evergreen. Pine, deodar and eucalyptus are the trees growing in these hilly regions. These trees are adapted to hilly regions by having a conical shape. This shape of the mountain trees makes the rainwater and snow slide off easily without damaging the leaves and the branches. Next, the needle-like leaves. These needle-like leaves prevent the loss of water in the windy conditions. And also they have a thick waxy layer to reduce the loss of water through transpiration. Okay children, hope you have understood today's topic. Thank you. Have a nice day.